Hi everyone, Shirley here. I'm in my mixed media painty stage, wanting to do watercolours, lots of messy work, and that's because of Rachel's last video I did, and she wanted mixed media. Well, as I said, I've been doing more of sewing at the moment, but now today I just want to do a play around again and do some colouring in my books. Well, this is a different book, and this one was 6th of August 2021 there that I did this one, but 6th of August is my anniversary, so I can't think why I was sitting painting and playing on my anniversary. We obviously didn't go anywhere, but this is a different book, and this with this one I did this on a piece of watercolour card, and then I actually stuck it into my book, as opposed to this one. I did everything in the book directly on the paper, whereas this one I did it on a separate piece of paper and then stuck it into the book. And then I tried to make frames around it, which I loved, all the little doodly bits there that you can see. And where I cut the card down, I kept the pieces and, as I said, made it into a frame. I do like framing things, I'm not sure why. But the next one that I did, the same sort of thing. I did it on a separate piece of card, and these are Tim Holtz's stamps, and I love those. The finger gesso again. Now, isn't it strange how you forget how you do these things? The outside of this is very textured, and I'm not sure how I did that. I'll have to think about that. But anyway, the rest of it is just stamping, inking, colouring it in with lots of different colours. And I can't see when that was. It was August 2021, but not sure when. Now, this one was the 8th of August, I can see with this stamping. And again, with the whole paper, then I cut it up and framed it, and this time quite straight lines, just did a frame of straight lines around there. Now I love that stamp, can't remember what it's called. It's not a well-known stamp company actually, but the stamp was beautiful. I'll have to have a look at that and see. This one's quite a smallest page. Now, I made this dimensional with 3D butterflies, some flowers on there. The 3D butterflies, as you can see, obviously when the page closes it flattens it, but it's quite easy to do it again. I think she's from the same stamp company with the last lady. And oh, I know how I did this one. I stamped her onto the page, then I stamped her again onto a different coloured paper, and then I fussy cut her out and I stuck it onto the image, which, if you're not very good at colouring, that's a lovely thing to do. Lovely technique is to stamp first, stamp onto coloured paper, and then place it down onto the stamped image, and you don't have to do any colouring then. Now, this one, I remember doing this one. I haven't got a date on this one, but I did most of this with the jelly plate, and I love the jelly plates doing that. Die cutting again. I do like to try and use most of my stash that I have, and I printed her onto fabric, and then I coloured her in, and it was probably watercolour pencils. Watercolour is what I tend to go with a lot because it's very forgiving. Doesn't matter if it goes out of the lines or anything. So that's what I did with this piece here. And I said the background has all been done with the jelly plate, but this is a Tim Holtz washi, a big washi tape I think it was, and I just cut it out and put it on there, the same with this one. But then here, this is embossing granules, can't remember the make of them, and you just throw them onto your thing, but you have to heat from the underside because they'll blow everywhere, and I absolutely love doing that. Well, that's as far as I've got, and I'm coming in today. You've seen these in my last video, these ones, so I'm coming in today to do a messy and a painty. But before I do that, I have some stash to show you. Oh my goodness, couldn't resist it. I'm still into papers and stamps and everything. Doesn't matter what it is. If I like it and I can afford it, I will buy it. But these, aren't they gorgeous? Oh my God, I love them. They're 49 and Market. And I might put some papers in, I might cut some of these out and put them into my journal, my painty journal. But, oh, look, I just really couldn't resist them. It's probably going to be a stroke, just take out stroke for the time being. But I did also buy stamps as well from the 49 and Market and Sizzix, and they are gorgeous. And these have the dies with them, so when you've stamped your image and you've coloured it, you can die cut them perfectly. There's the flowers. Now these are just the stamps in here, but there's the dies that go with them. And this, I couldn't resist this from 49 and Market and Sizzix, and it's a journal. So I'm going to die cut that. Now this is the weekend that I can spend all day here because Andrew's going, he'll be catching the bus up to Dublin about 11 o'clock. And then he's going over to the UK. He's going over to London to watch his team play at Wembley. But more of my stash that I bought. And these are the 49 and Market as well. This is washi tape sheets. Aren't they gorgeous? Look. Oh, can't wait to use those. And these are rub-on transfers. Look. Oh, I'm going to have some fun with these. Oh, I love them. And I just fell in love with this collage paper from Tim Holtz. And I might put some of this collage paper down onto my watercolour journal here, but we'll see. Anyway, what else did I buy? Oh my goodness, couldn't resist. Tim Holtz fabric. Look at this, girls. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. And I bought the yellow. I love yellow. A yellow and orange, even though I like pink. But, oh, come on, let's face it, Shirl, you like all colours. Oh, isn't it stunning? Stunning, stunning, stunning. And this one. Oh, I can't wait. I think I'm going to do a bag with these. Now, look at this one. It is just, oh, divine, divine. Look. I bought a metre of this one. I only bought half a metre of the others, but I bought a metre of this one because I will go and make a bag with it, but I want to cut out quite a few of these pieces and sew them onto the bag. So, girls, that's my stash. I'm going to leave that there now, put it away, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to do some playing around in my watercolour journal. Right, be back in a minute when I've got everything sorted and we'll get started. Silly me. I had one more thing to show you. I've bought some beautiful threads. And I bought these from Steph Francis. And, oh, they're lovely. Look at those lovely yellows and oranges, which are going to go perfectly on my... Oh, look at this one. I bought variegated as well. Look at that. That is going to be stunning with this fabric. Right. That is definitely all that I've bought. And next time you'll see me, we'll be doing some painting. Before I get into putting things into my journal, this is what I usually do. I've cut out this watercolour card, and it's quite a thin one, this one, and I think it's from Indigo Blue. It's a nice watercolour card. It's not heavyweight, and it doesn't put bulk into my journal, but I was experimenting and to see what I wanted to do to put in the journal, and this is all inks and sprays, but the white is gesso, and that was put through a moulding, through a stencil, and then it resists to a fair extent the inks and the sprays. I haven't wiped this one off. If you wipe it off afterwards, it'll go a bit whiter, but as you can see, you can use gesso not just for a primer and putting it over your journal so the ink doesn't soak into it straight away, but the yellow I used here is a Brusho mist spray, and I just sprayed it on the top there and let it drip. And then these are Distress Oxides there, and that was that one. Then I had to play around with this, and you can put the gesso on a bit thicker when you just play around with it. I put that on with a palette knife and just went like that. Now this one here, I didn't put any gesso this end of the watercolour card, but I did put gesso this end, and all I did was I got the palette knife and I put some gesso along in a line, and then I dragged it down with the palette knife, and as you can see you get a lovely resist with it there. So this is going to be a nice card to put into my journal. And again, this one was a play around as well, and this is stencil, and these are all with gesso. They're not with moulding paste, and you can see you get quite a dimension on it as well. And I flatten mine by putting, because it warps obviously and then it dries and you've got to go like this, or you've got to flatten it. Well, I flatten mine by putting it through my Sizzix machine, die cutting machine, and just run it through and it flattens it perfectly without having to put weighty things on top of it. Now these are two that I haven't yet. Now can you see this one here? How dimensional it comes. That's only gesso. So they're to play around with. All of these are just play around. I think I might use this one. I'm not sure yet. Or this one. We'll see. Right, anyway, this is... I'm still not getting round to doing my journal yet with those play arounds, because this has been on the side for ages. Now this is a bag that I'm making here. That'll be the bottom there, and boxed corners with it. But I've been doing embroidery stitches, or I want to do embroidery stitches all along the seams here. But this is where I printed onto fabric, and I did a little bit of colouring in, but not much. And I want to finish this, then I can take it back into the into my sewing room and stitch the bag together. But I want to put some more colours on this. It came out very pale, and so that's why it's been left in here ready to do the colouring. So let me go and find, I'm not sure if I'm going to put paints or pencils. I'll just have a quick look and see. Well, I've decided to go with, I'm going to paint bits of the dress in, and I'm using this indigo blue paint because it's translucent, and I want to just paint some shading into the dress, but I don't want to get rid of all the definition that's on the dress either. So this one's called Daffodil that I'm using the paint. Now I've just put it onto my craft sheet here, and I've added some water, not too much water, just enough to make it more usable when you want to go and put some colour on. So I'm just coming in very gently as well and highlighting certain areas. You don't need to cover everything with the yellow, you just need to put some highlights actually, and then leave the rest of that looks pretty. Yeah. Now I'm going to come in and do some more down here, and as I said, this is just highlight, so as I drag down I'm letting the colour blend out. But oh, that's really pretty. I think now that's going to marry in with the yellow that I have over here. It's quite not a good match, but it's not going to clash with it. But I wanted the dress to stand out a little bit more than it did. When you print off your printer at home, you don't get the same definition as you do like the big companies get when they do their digi fabric printing. Well, I don't anyway. You might get a lovely there, but I think that's looking quite nice there. And you don't have to be too precious with it. You can see that I'm not. I'm just dragging it over. But I'm quite happy with that there. I'm just going to come up and highlight the top here. So I'm using direct from the little cap, the colour. I just want to give it a bit of shading and to make it look a bit darker up here, where it probably would look quite dark because it's in shadow. But as I say, this is just straight from the pot without diluting it with any water there. And that just gives you a nice shadow and darker. I'm going to do the same with her waist here, just a little bit, no water, just oh, I lose myself too in this. I forget to talk, and I just go in a world of my own. Right, very happy with that at the moment. Now what you can do, this is another translucent paint from Indigo Blue, and it's Tiger Lily. Oh, I haven't even opened this one. Wow. What am I like? I buy them, come home, put them in the pot that I keep them in, and they don't get used. Now that looks quite vibrant, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to take a bit from the pot here, put a bit of water with it and mix it around so it's a bit runny and it dilutes it, that's all. Now I'm just done that. I want my brush to be fairly dry, so I've wiped it. Now I'm going to come back over where I've just put the yellow here, just to shade it a little bit more. There. Wipe it off your bit of kitchen roll if it's too much, but that just defines it and shades it, and yes, I quite like that. And again, I'm going to come in and just do a little bit. This might be too wet still. Maybe I should have dried it because it's not taken as well as it should do. But I don't want it too bright, so I'll persevere with it. Let's see. But can you see how I'm getting just some nice highlights here? Right, wipe that off because that's a bit too much. Oh, but that's perfect there. Right, that is quite perfect for me anyway. I like that. And I'm also going to come in and do a little bit here. Yes, I'm pleased with that, very pleased. If it looks as if it's overtaking, come back in with a bit of yellow again, just to, as I say, dilute it. Yes, she's looking really good. Happy with that. And can you see down here, there's a little bit of orange in the dress down here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come in and give, I'm taking it from the watered down piece now, not the straight from the pot piece. And if you feel that it's just a bit too much, I just go in with a damp piece of baby wipe. But I'm dragging this up here now, just to tone it in a bit with everything, to highlight it. Dragging it down. There's a bit of darkness on the dress here. Yes, very happy with that. I'm probably going to come down this line here, just with a little bit of the, what is it, tiger? Tiger lily, yes, just with a little bit down here. On the seam, or it looks like the seam. And then back in with, blend it in a bit with the yellow. It's not going to harm the fabric at all, even if it does get wet. There. Oh, very happy with that. Just dab it a little bit, so Oh yeah, that looks nice. Now, can you see these flowers here? These flowers are quite orangey. Now, I've gone in a little bit heavy there with the tiger lily, but I wanted it to stand out a little bit more than... That's it. There. And now I'm going to come in with a little bit of the daffodil, just around the flower bit here. Yes, very nice. And can you see it's not obliterating the definition of the print of the dress underneath? And I think I'm right in saying that Kay's paints are fabric paints as well, which is really good. Right, that's starting to look lovely, but what I haven't got here with me is a green, so I'm just going to get a green, see if I can see one that's... Oh, that's a nice translucent. I know it's a bit bright. What else have I got here? See, the greens that I've got, I probably want to use that one. This is me all over, isn't it? Look how pastel and pale that is. No, you don't want to use that one, Shirley. Do you know what I'm going to try for the this one? Lime marmalade. Doesn't really matter. It's not really the one I wanted, but let's have a go and see what this one looks like. Wet my brush. Now I'm going to take this from the tub and put some water on it just to see if I quite like it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep, that's lovely. Yes, I can see that it's all leafy now and it doesn't look as if it's yellow, which I was a bit wary of. But I thought you wouldn't be able to see it. I thought it would just blend in too much. So, right, I'm going to leave that there, girls, and then I'll come back when I've finished this. But so far, so good. Happy with the way it's looking. The dress is starting to stand out now, which I wanted. She was so into the background with all the colours that I didn't like it, but now I think she's starting to look nice. I'm going to give her a dry off as well, so I'll come back when I've finished it. I've finished her now, and if you can see, I've done stitching, all change as usual, but I'm happy. I've done lots of little French knots around here because this was, I think this image was a wedding dress, to be quite honest. When I looked back on the digi image where I printed from, it was very like a bouquet, and I thought, oh my goodness. So I tried to tone the flowers down a little bit, which I'm quite happy with, and then I stitched all around the neckline. I machine stitched all of that, but I did the French knots here and the French knots there, and I think she turned out absolutely gorgeous. So I just have to do more stitching along here with the crazy patchwork, and then not much more, the bag will be finished. Might put some more embellishments on it, but then I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with that now and say bye.